This is Jeremy Spradlin, and this is my MIU1502 information application project review video. So probably some of the couple of biggest problems I had with this project was really just kind of getting back into the feel of coding again. I've had a pretty ridiculous few months with work and life and trying to stay caught up in school, and it's not always worked out to the best of my advantage. So it's actually been about 4 months that I did any coding, as opposed to the normal, 2 or so. I think most students have coming in. So luckily, I've got some coding experience in my background, and it was kind of like riding a bike, even if it took me a little bit to remember how to pedal. Outside of that, really the biggest issue I probably had was just dealing with structuring my own JSON information. I ran into a problem where, I tried to understand what I had, and tried to have it organized neatly so it was very easy to read. And then for whatever reason, it just would not work. I probably could have figured it out, but the problem I ran into is just because I've been so busy. By the time it was all said and done, here it was, I think Tuesday at some point in time, and I still was working on trying to get my JSON information just to work at all. So I went with what worked with what I'd used before in the past if it didn't have as much information. So unfortunately, one of the biggest aspects and upsides of JSON information is that it's much easier to read visually than say XML. Unfortunately, because I have so much information in this, doesn't work out quite that way. So I basically just went pretty standard. I have my JSON object, and then that I have an array, and then that array is 10 objects, one for each album, and then in there it has the information on the album, and then one more array nested in there that has the track list. Like I said, I would like that to be a little bit neater as a function of time. Unfortunately, I was just only able to play around and experiment so much before I just needed to press on and get things done. From there, I was very, mostly happy with the way the app turned out. There are some aesthetic things that I would like to be better. That again kind of just ran down to I didn't have enough time experimenting to find ways to make it look as nice as I would like it to. So pretty straightforward. We've got a list of the different albums there. Seven Dust is one of my all-time favorite bands. So when needing to select information, I just happened to be listening to one of their albums and said, hey, that'll work. Pretty basic concept. You click on an album and it goes to the next screen, and the next screen is going to have the image of the album cover I should say, the track list, and then a button to give us more detailed info. One of the things actually I was pretty happy when I can't remember if I remembered it or refigured it out or what, doing the navigation windows initially was I wasn't putting a main background view, and so it was kind of looking really sloppy with the images sliding over. I think we went over that before in previous classes. Like I said, it's been a few months. They made me put a background view, which made it a much smoother transition. And from here, I can select an album image. It gives me a full-size image of that. It's another one of those things I was wanting to be able to zoom. Unfortunately, just not enough time to play around with that. This is where I was really kind of wish I could have made better. Unfortunately, just not enough time to mess around and play with it. I was able to achieve the basic concept, but not really to go much further. And then if I select detailed album info, it gives me another page where it's going to have the album image as well. Title for the album so we know which one it is, and then it also going to have that detailed information for the album, release date, label, producers, length of the album, and the billboard. Overall, I was very glad, or had a lot of fun, kind of get back into it, even if it was some late nights. Looking forward to the next ones. Again, my name is Jeremy Spradlin for MIU1502. Thank you.